So tomorrow is a very special day for me. I'm preparing my clothes for the start of my internship tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. at the state attorney's office. I'm so excited, honestly. I'm so ready to something practical. It's 3 times a week, 6 hours each time. I hope it's gonna be wonderful and fun. Eddie, good luck. Work well, try hard, and you'll be successful. I believe in you. Good night. Good morning, everybody. So today is the day. I'm walking right now in the early hours of the morning to the state's attorney office, and I'm gonna start my first day as an intern. I'm super duper excited. That's the first big in-person internship I have, and I just would like to film my journey to reflect on it and maybe to help other people that have an upcoming internship at the state's attorney office. So yeah, I'm super excited. And let's go start the day. I have a suited tie underneath this beautiful coat, and I have my coffee here, so I'm ready. Let's do it. Hello everyone, Eddie's here, and I just came back from my internship, and I just want to elaborate on my experiences so far. I'm working in the traffic department with 2 lawyers. They are awesome. They're teaching me a whole bunch of things. In the first week, I kind of got my first hands-on experience when I was allowed to fill out some plea agreements. Week 2, I got an assignment to take a file, open it up, and the abstract is the first page or maybe few pages, depends on the person. You read the abstract and you have to write on the file the basis and the prior. The basis are all the active suspension that the person has, and the prior is past convictions. And then you write them next to each other on the file. That's how the prosecution knows which offer to make to the defendant. But this week was something super interesting. Today, it happened today. I'll tell you that in a minute. So last week, I've heard that they need some help on Monday, and Monday is not my day. Usually I have other stuff, but this Monday I was free. So I said, hey, I can come help you if you want me to, right? Because why not? I want the experience. I came this morning, 8:30 a.m. One of the lawyers wasn't there, so that's why they needed help. Another lawyer filled for the lawyer that usually does traffic. We were down at the court and I was doing a lot of plea agreements. By now I'm pretty good at almost not making mistakes. This lawyer that usually not working there thought that maybe I know more than I know. She gave me a very interesting assignment to actually take the plea agreements, go to the conference room with the defendant and explain to him what's the next stage. After he says that he wants to plead guilty and he accepted the offer orally, I prepared the documents, and now usually I handed them over to the attorney that went and talked with the defendant and explained each page. But now she said, hey, can you do that? And I was taken back a little bit, but I tried not to show it because I'm like, yeah, I can do it. So she's like, let's go and let's do it together, and then you'll do it alone. So she kind of talked and explained each page to the defendant and answered these questions. I saw how it's done, and then we had another plea agreement. So I filled out the forms, and then I went there with the attorney by my side. My name is Eddie, and I'm going to explain to you the plea agreement documents. So I'm going one by one and explaining everything and making him sign the right places and see if they have questions. Yeah, that gave me a lot of confidence. Actually, I was a little bit nervous and my voice trembled. Trembled? Do you say tremble? Tremble. I guess so. My voice trembled a little bit when I'm like explain certain things. Not because I didn't know, but because I don't know. I mean, I'm not used to sitting in front of defendants and explaining them legal documents, The day was really great. I feel like A, I helped, and B, I learned a ton from all the hands-on experiences, and that's only week 3. So I'm so excited. I have around 5 months? I have 5 months. I have like more than 4 months to go. Probably in a few weeks I'll make another update. So thank you for sticking with me. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I had the chance to speak with around 4 or 5 interns that work on felony cases. I asked them, how do you like it? What do you do? Most of them said, we don't do much. They said even that they're a little bit jealous that I'm down at the court doing all of those stuff and speaking with people and talking with attorneys, even sometimes with the judge. When he asks me questions, of course I answer. I never initiate the conversation, but sometimes I talk with the judge and the clerks. The clerks are so nice, by the way. Such nice people. When I went home today, I was thinking, interesting, because I thought that the higher in severeness you climb, severeness of a crime, the more experience you can get. And in some sense, it's true. But in other sense, in other aspects, it might be misleading. For example, felonies. There aren't as many cases in felonies compared to misdemeanors compared to traffic, which is class A, class B, class C misdemeanors. The cases in felonies, those are big cases. I don't know how much the attorneys trust the interns to have hands-on experiences in those cases. The more cases there are, the more hands-on experience you will have, and the more the attorneys will feel comfortable to allocate responsibility to you, because the cases are not that severe. Traffic is actually might be the better route if you want to gain hands-on experience. Hey everybody, how's it going? Just wanted to check in. There are only a month left for my internship. I'm starting to get kind of sad because I made real connections with people over there. Today, for example, oh boy, today I had such deep conversations with multiple different attorneys and employees. I feel like I'm starting to get them personally, so it's beyond professionally. I start to get them as people. What do they like to do? Where did they go to school? Why did they choose to be prosecutors as their profession? And so do they. Started to get to know me very personally. As a professional experience, it's amazing. You learn there things that you do not learn in class. You hear things that you do not hear in class, and you get a lot of tips along the way. And I'm like, interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that, in a month I'm done. Hello everybody. Today I turned my badge. Today it was my last day of my internship at the State's Attorney's Office. Let me just summarize my experience there. I honestly don't think I could have gotten a better internship at this point. I think that interning for the State's Attorney's Office gets you exposed to so many cases, so many attorneys, so many different judges, that is just unparalleled. I mean, it's so real life. It's so real life. I got to the point where I am trusted with doing many of the things. I felt like I am one of the employees. I felt like I am one of the members of the office. I knew everybody by name, or most of the people. They also knew me by name. Every morning we said good morning. We ate lunch together. I feel like the office embraced me so much that I'm so sad that it's over. I'm so sad that I don't have another semester to be there because I'm graduating. If you're thinking about interning at the State's Attorneys, I would highly recommend it. But here's my tip. You have to be proactive. It's a very complex work. It's a very confidential work. Many of the times you're gonna work in court, you're gonna have real people, the defendants. They care a lot about their cases. These are really serious matters. Even if you deal with traffic, that's for you, it's like, somebody was speeding. It's seemingly not a big deal. For the person who's in court, it is a big deal. And the speeding could lead to a conviction, which can go on his record, or her record, and can influence their life. They don't like being there. It's embarrassing. And you need to understand it. Don't expect the attorneys to just give you tasks. Don't be passive, because most often than not, they won't trust you. They won't trust you because they don't know you. They don't know who you are. They don't know your capabilities. If you won't be proactive, you might just end up sitting and watching, and that's it. If you really want to seize this opportunity, you have to be proactive. Ask, what can I do? If you're in court and you're supposed to have tasks, try not to sit. I know it sounds weird because sometimes you're gonna stand for 3 hours, but try not to sit a lot. Try to stand. Try to wear a suit and tie. Try to be shaved. Try to really genuinely learn the work. Learn, why do we explain this legal document in this manner to the defendant? Don't just recite what you've heard. You need to understand the material. For example, what's the difference between a court supervision and a conditional discharge and probation? What's the difference? If they have traffic safety school, what is that? Where do they do that? How many hours does it take? How much does it cost? What does it mean that they'll get a conviction on the record versus not getting a conviction on the record? Learn all of those things if you work with those things. Now, of course, you can end up doing discovery work and listening to jail phone calls and being upstairs at the office. But even if you end up doing that, do that well. Another tip, don't be afraid to talk with attorneys, like other attorneys. For example, I believe that I know most of the public defenders by name. I know their supervisor. I know the supervisor of the supervisor. I spoke with them. I know many of the private attorneys, many of the judges, and they know me. Don't be pushy, but be there, be present. Don't just sit, especially don't ever bring your phone to the courtroom. We're not supposed to do that. And some interns just bring their phone and they're sitting on their phones, they're drinking coffee. We're not supposed to bring coffee to the courtroom. Bring water, but be polite. Don't bring your phone. Don't sit on your phone. Don't do that. Always ask what you can do. How can you help? When attorneys see that you want to learn, they'll teach you. They'll give you more tasks. It's nice because you learn. Come on time. Also, leave on time. Don't leave early just because nobody's watching you. Be professional. You'll have a great time. So thank you so much for watching. This was Eddie Style Channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I see you in the next video. Take care and good luck.